Welcome back to another video. But today is a serious topic because I've been playing a lot of Fortnite, and I'm just getting so frustrated at where the state of the game is because I know if the devs took 10 minutes to actually think about what they were doing, that this game could be so much better. So today I'm just going to be going through the top 5 things I think could make Season 8 or just Fortnite in general better, because it's already up there. We know it's the top battle royale because there's no one to challenge it. They're not being competed with anymore. But that could change with a new Apex Legends game, so you never know. But anyways, let's just get right into this top 5. And coming in at number 5, we gotta talk about revamping or just removing some of the vehicles in this game. I want you to look at the 4 vehicles right now that are in this game. And how many of them would you say you have used since Season 8 has come out? I'm gonna guess it's 2 max. Planes and the quad crasher. Might be. These two, the golf cart and the shopping cart, have become completely useless in today's game. With the amount of mobility there is now, the fact that the shopping cart is still in the game, it just baffles me. And the golf cart is just a worse plane and a worse quad crasher. It can't bust through buildings like the quad crasher. It can't fly and shoot like the plane. So I don't understand why either of them, like, keep fun for creative maps, I'll give you that. But why are they still in the base game this far into Season 8? I don't understand. Everything could be so much better. They just took the golf cart and the shopping cart out, and if they just took the gun off of the plane, so the only thing it could do is dive bomb idiotically into builds, would it still be annoying? Of course it would still be annoying. It's one of the most annoying things in the game, getting third-partied by a plane. But at least you can't get lasered by a freaking twin cannon from across the map by 4 dudes and the cannon, you know? So that's what I think number 5 is. Alright, so the next thing is the LTMs that they have been using for the past like 3 months. When Fortnite first started using the LTMs, like when you first saw the 50v50 trailer, it honestly blew my mind. I never would have thought that in a battle royale game like that, like Fortnite, that there was going to be a 50v50. And in the beginning, everyone liked to play along with the 50v50. Like, they'd build huge bases, and they'd be like giant base battles basically. But as time moved on and people started, you know, figuring out 50v50, that's not how it worked out. And then they added game modes like the Thanos Gauntlet, which was awesome. And they added things like 20v20v20v20v20, you know, creative game modes that were just like out of the box from normal battle royale games, you know, like it just changed the complete experience. But ever since like beginning of Season 7 into Season 6ish, they've just been reusing and rehashing old ideas constantly. Like, I remember during this season they had the one-shot game mode on for like 3 weeks straight. They had one shot, and I hate the one-shot game mode because it's just boring and it's just annoying being killed by people that are awful. So I just waited and waited and waited, and one shot was still in the game. Finally, after an update, they changed the game mode. And what did they change it to? Sniper shootout. They changed it to the exact same game mode almost. There's almost no difference between sniper shootout and one shot. Like, the amount of thought that went into putting those 2 game modes in back to back like that after one shot had been in for so long blows my mind. Like, I want a game mode I can play besides just solo duo squad, because playing solo squad is just frustrating after a while because there's just nothing you can do sometimes against sweaty W key tryhard squads. So you want to have some fun, you know, like Close Encounters. That's a great game mode. But not only did they barely put it in the game, like they had it out for like 3 days and now it's gone. And what they bring back? The Wild West duo game mode. Wild West was a fun game mode the first time I played it. Is it a constant LTM that I want to be playing? No, the only constant L team that should be up is Team Rumble, which has been up forever. I'm fine with that. I get that. Respawn, more casual game mode than the other game modes. But come on, can we think of a new idea for once, please? That's all I want. That's just number 4 to me, you know? Just come up with better game modes. Epic, it's not hard. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is the equipment that they have decided to keep and vault in this game. So on the right, you see all the equipment that they have decided to remove from the base game. I don't know what, except these grenades. These grenades are still in the game. So these are all the items that they've decided to remove from the game. And you can look at them, some of them make sense. C4 was completely broken, but they nerfed it, it was fine. The grappler, everybody wanted it taken out forever, so I understand that, you know? Porta-Fortress and Porta-Fort are the same thing, so one of them should have gone, I agree. Both of them, I don't care if they're both gone. Shockwaves and Impulses. Who wanted those out of the game? Everybody loved both Shockwaves and Impulses. They were one of the more skilled mobility items. You couldn't just be an idiot and get kills with them, you know? Like, yeah, it was fun trolling your friends with Impulses. It was also fun knocking people off with Impulses. It was a fun item. Shockwaves are good. Like, they're just a solid item. Like, they're balanced, so sometimes you take them, sometimes you wouldn't. They weren't just completely broken. Clingers, again, were broken. They nerfed them. I was fine with Clingers once they nerfed them. Smoke grenades were terrible when they first came out. They re-added them, made more of them, and it was fine. So, you know, all around on the right side, items that started off broken and they fixed, or items that are just fun most of the time. But on the left side, the items that are for still some reason in this game, I'm just gonna break them down. All right, so you got the bush. This is like one of the longest lasting equipments, and it's by far the most useless, pointless thing to still have in the base game. The bush was fun when it first came out because everybody still sucked and was bush camping, so it was just funny to be a bush, you know, because people were bush camping. But why is it still in the game? This is season 8 of Fortnite. It has been over a year since it's been out, I'm pretty sure. And it's still not changed. All they did was make it rarer. So when you see something legendary, it's even worse now. Yeah, so that's just to start off with. The sneaky snowman. Again, funny idea. I get it. Christmas themed. If you keep it in for Christmas, take it out afterwards, I'm fine with that. I'm fine. It's fun sometimes, you know? But there's nothing worse than I land Big Bertha and tilted. Look in the room. What do I get? A sneaky snowman. Run down the stairs. What is that? Another sneaky snowman. Because this thing is common floor drop. You know how often you get these? The same thing with the chiller grenade, which is the worst rehashed idea of just a better item. I forgot to put traps in here, I'll admit. So the chiller, the ice trap, was just a better item all around than this chiller grenade. The chiller grenade is completely pointless. Nobody will genuinely use it. And if you're trolling with it, it's even hard to do that with. So the fact that it's a common floor drop, you're going to get this more than you're going to get weapons you need. It just frustrates me that they can add both of these things and put both of them in the game at the same time for this amount of time. I don't understand. I don't get it. If you are in my game and you throw multiple boomboxes at the building I'm in, when I'm just chilling, trying to have a fun game of Fortnite, throw multiple boomboxes and start spamming me, I will literally look up your gamer tag, find your IP address, drive to your house, and the things that I will do, I can't talk about on YouTube because I just might get my channel shut down, honestly. But you know what I'm talking about. You know what? Just know I'm coming for you if you throw boomboxes at me. That's all I'm saying. Just take them out of the game, Epic. No, nobody likes them. Nobody. They are a pure troll thing, which is not okay. Glider redeploy. they take grapple, shockwave, and impulse out, right? Because they're like, oh, they're too good. You get too many mobility items. And then they add one of the most broken mobility items in the game. You get 10 launch pads. And it's uncommon. Wait, no. It's rare. It's rare. Blue is rare. It is rare. It is still... You're still more likely to get gliders than you are to get a launch pad. But you get 10 of them. And you can use them whenever you want. You don't need to place them. No skill involved. It's such a brain-dead mobility item. And I just don't get the rarity. I don't get why they took other mobility items in the game out to put this one in. Same thing with balloons. They take the grappler out. That's one of the only items over there that I agree with. Grappler was so whack. Just free high ground, easy rotate, a completely broken weapon. But at least you had to aim it somehow. You had to know how to shoot a grapple gun to use it. And people could slightly counter it. But balloons, you strap 3 balloons on your back, bro, you're literally flying to the upper height of the map. You are going all the way to the top. And yes, you might say, oh, well, you can shoot somebody ballooning up. Yeah, you can shoot somebody if they have 1 balloon. They're jumping around like an idiot. When somebody has 3 balloons at the height limit of the map, I think people underestimate how hard it is to hit them. Especially when they're moving around. You got other people shooting at you. Like, if you want to talk about terrible mobility items. Oh, and I didn't even mention, you can shoot back at people with it now. Like before, when you held them in your hand, I was fine with it. Because that you're moving. That's what you're doing with a balloon. It is pure mobility. You are sacrificing everything for the mobility. But now, strap 3 on your back, start lasering kids. You run faster than people normally do. There's no disadvantage to ballooning at all. So then we get on to stink bombs. I like the idea of stink bombs. I do. I don't want people to just turtle up. That's why they put it in the game. Because the competitive scene was literally all 1x1. Nobody was pushing anything. So they're like, alright, what do we do? Well, we make something that can flush them out. I get it. But the stink bomb does 10 damage a second. I don't think people know that. A second. It technically does 5 damage every half second, which is better than 10 damage every second. But you're in a 1x1 healing. You're putting on a mini. Think about this. Think about it. You start miniing. Somebody throws a stink. By the time you're done with your mini, and you can even move, you've already taken the amount of damage the mini just healed. You can't even out heal a stink bomb in 2.5 seconds with a mini. Don't even think about using other mobility. You try another thing, you're dead. And the item stacks damage. If you throw 2, I'm almost 100% sure that it does 10 damage a second. Which, come on, bro. No, it'd be 20. It'd be 20 damage a second. That's insane. We'll just move on. Dynamite. They nerf C4. Everybody's fine with C4 now because it has to land before you can blow it up, and it can't go through walls like it did before, you know? And the explosion radius was smaller. So they take C4 out. I didn't care that they took C4 out. But then they add dynamite, which has a way bigger explosion radius horizontally and vertically. You can time it, so it sometimes is better. Sometimes. And they make it uncommon. They're just making it easier to do the thing they didn't want C4 and clingers to do. I don't understand what's going through the devs' minds when they're making new items. Like, again, if dynamite was only in Wild West, it would make sense. But it's in everything, and it's just broken. If you got a squad and you're throwing dynamite, your squad's gonna wipe that squad by the time you run out of dynamite. I guarantee it. Boogie bombs, fine. I don't know why they're still in the game. I think that this is the longest mobility or item that's still in the game right now. The boogie bomb and the bush have been here forever, and I don't get it. The boogie bomb it's whatever. Like, You don't take it over other things most of the time. And you definitely don't take the bush. And the Riftigo is fine. I get why the Riftigo's in the game. That's probably one of the only ones I'm fine with over here on the left. So please, Epic, when you're thinking about it, just look at what you're doing and decide, hey, maybe we shouldn't take the grappler out and just put 2 better mobility items in that are more common. Alright, that's all I want at number 3, man. That's all I want. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about is the abysmal weapon variety in this game. I want you to look at all of these weapons. You see all these weapons that have ever been in Fortnite, you're like, oh my god, what other game has ever had this many weapons? There's gotta be some crazy variety of guns that people are using, right? There's no way everybody uses the same weapons, right? Look at all these guns. You're wrong. You're wrong off the top. Let me just tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. This is what every player that actually plays Fortnite is using. You got the AK, you got the pump shotgun, you got some sort of SMG. Then you got heals and either mobility or more heals. That's what everybody runs. There's no variety. Maybe a rocket launcher every once in a while, but honestly, most of the time when I see a rocket launcher, I don't even pick it up now. Like the ways they have implemented weapons in this game is so ridiculous to me. So let's start out. Let's start from the beginning. Season 1. You got like the AR burst, SMGs of sorts. Wait, they don't have the old SMGs in creative mode? Hold up. Can we talk about this? They don't have the old SMGs, bro. That's insane. I didn't know that. Why don't they have every other gun in the game, but they don't have the 2 guns that a lot of people like? You know, that is just so typical, honestly. Alright, anyways. Start of season 1. You got, you know, the classic guns. They weren't getting crazy at all yet in season 1, you know. ARs, SMGs, shotguns. I think there were 2, right? The tag and the pump. Pistol, revolver, rocket launcher. Was the grenade launcher in season 1? I didn't play it. I played it right at the end of season 1, right at the beginning of season 2. So then they start adding new weapons for, you know, to spice things up. So they add things like the suppressed SMG. Real creative. And it was terrible to begin with. You know, they start adding scoped ARs. That was, you know, decent. They had semi-snipers, which might have been in the base game, honestly. And they continue to add weapons. I'll tell you, there were probably about 3 weapons that they added in all of Fortnite that I've actually enjoyed using, and then they ruin it. So let's continue. They add things like the suppressed pistol. Just a better version of the pistol, but like it's just suppressed. So congrats, you just power creep the pistol. So now no one will literally ever use a pistol again because it's a terrible weapon, and I don't know why the pistol's still in the game. They had things like the 6-shooter. After they take out a fan favorite revolver. And the 6-shooter is terrible, man. It's awful. Nobody likes it. In the only time you will ever see somebody using a 6-shooter is in the Wild West duo game mode. They keep pushing on us. So congrats. You force it on us and we'll use it. Congrats, Epic. Genius. You're genius. They had things like the crossbow. Like, who's taking a crossbow over a sniper? Unless you're a streamer trying to get crossbow clips, you're not legitimately taking the crossbow. Especially now, because it's trash. They have things like the quad launcher. They're like, alright, so people hate the RPG, right? Because of the spam. What if we, and listen to this, made a rocket launcher that can shoot 4 times? They're gonna love it. I swear. There's no way people don't like the quad launcher. Come on, Epic. You're better than that. You're better than that, bro. You already had a grenade launcher. That was the spam rockets. And the grenade launcher actually takes some semblance of skill. Why are you ruining it? I'll tell you, when they added the LMG, I hated it. But as time grew, I began to like it because I was originally used it as an LMG or as an SMG. You know, I still ran an AR. That's the wrong move. You use it as your AR and your SMG. It opens up a slot so you can use the crazier things in Fortnite, you know, to actually play the game in a fun way. Because it has first bullet accuracy. The damage drop off is fine. And you can spam it up close, but it's not that accurate like an SMG. And then they take it out. But then they're like, alright, we need a new game, or a new gun. So we have the bolt, right? You know, fine sniper. But what if we, and hear me out, made a gun that was better in every way? That's it. Genius. Give this guy Game of the Year award. Genius. If I have literally never seen somebody take a bolt over a heavy. Its bullets travel faster, have less drop off, destroys structures, can one-shot 150 health players to the body. Look at that. The purple one does 150. People are like, oh, but you gotta reload after every shot. Bitch, you have to reload the bolt after every shot. I don't care if it reloads slightly faster. That means nothing. So they add the heavy after there's already the semi, the hunting rifle, and the bolt, right? And the crossbow at that point. And they're like, alright, so now what do? We add a suppressed bolt. It's the same damn gun as the bolt. It is the same gun. Let's check the stats here. 100 damage, 110. Pointless. Pointless 10 damage boost. Nobody cares. Reloads the same speed. Fire rate, same. Magazine rate, same. You add the same gun as the bolt, and you technically make it worse, even though nobody was using the bolt anyways. And you expect people to just be fine with that. I don't understand what Epic's thinking. You can't do that. I'm not okay with that. And I'll tell you right now, the suppressed scar is my least favorite gun in the game. I don't care. It's not the worst gun in the game. Not even close. The suppressed scar is the exact opposite of what I'm looking for in a gun. Low skill, terrible, rehash of an already, you know, just gun. Like, I like the 8K better than the scar, and most pros and people that play the game do. I'll tell you who does like the suppressed scar. Satanists. Nazis. The Ku Klux Klan are the kind of people that like to suppress scar. So if you wanna be in the same boat as those guys, be my guest, man. But I mean, me personally, not a Nazi. So hey, whatever. Hey, that's just me though. 8K is a gun I actually enjoy. Skill based, does more damage than the scar, shoots slower, blooms higher. Makes sense. P90. Dual pistols, good idea. 2-shot weapon, you know, could be a shotgun, could be an SMG. I like it. Scoped revolver. Now I know they're trolling me. There's no way Epic's being serious anymore. They take out the revolver. They super buff the deagle. Who is using the scoped revolver? Who? It doesn't one-shot buildings like the deagle. You can't spam it like you can spam dual pistols or any other weapon, honestly. It's probably one of the slower shooting guns in the entire game. The scope's terrible. Headshots are hard to hit because the reticle's so small. And it's just an all-around terrible gun. All around. But they just put a scope and they try to sell it as a whole new weapon. Oh my god. Yet they oh my god, I don't get it. I don't get it, Epic. I just want balanced weapons. Did you know that the blue tag gets out DPS'd by every SMG in the game? Every single one. Even if you hit headshots. The blue tag gets out damaged by every SMG in the game. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's unbelievable. Both pumps get out damaged too. Besides the purple. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, they do. It's unbelievable, man. And this is only number 2, man. I just don't know what number 1. What else am I going to come up with that I hate more than these things, you know? Let's find out. Coming in at number 1. It's the map. In case you couldn't tell, I got the map pulled up here. It's the map. When Season 8 the day Season 8 came out, I was like, this season is about to be the best season ever. They had just buffed the pump. And there's a whole new bottom left section of the map. I was like, there's no way. Epic has always been pretty decent up until this point with map changes, you know? Paradise was cool. Tomato Temple is fun. Lazy Links, Haunted Hills Junk were necessary. Even the block is cool every once in a while, except when they put terrible things in there, you know? And when I saw these, I was like, oh, look at that snow. That's pretty cool. Frosty flights. A lot of planes. Bit of a negative, but, you know, Happy Hamlet's a really cool village. It's probably the best place they added. Not that much loot. Don't even think about getting mats. Polar Peak. Let's make a big mountain. Put no mats on it. Oh, and oh yeah, we might add a game-breaking sword every once in a while, you know, to spice things up, you know. No. This bottom left map is terrible now. From below Viking Village all the way over to Shifty is terrible. It's awful. They literally just need to revamp all of it. Just all of it. Not only that, they need to revamp a lot of things. As in Salty Springs. They have barely touched it since the game came out. It's been one of the longest lasting spots on the map, and they've barely touched it. Retail Row is my least favorite hot drop on the map. It's terrible. Fix it. Make it cool. Do something. They add like a little cart right here, and they think people are going to be okay with that. The racetrack. Like, the only reason it's in is for like the time thing. And I'm not a fan, honestly. Just put it in creative or something. Put a racetrack on creative. People love that. They can make their own maps. Let them make their own racetracks. That would be cool. Pleasant Park. You add a field. That is not enough. Do something to Pleasant. Look at what they did to Loot Lake. As much as I hate landing at Loot Lake, at least they were doing stuff, bro. It was a lake. It was bouncy. Then there was a freaking flying earth over it. Now look at it. It's terrible. But hey, it's different. So I'll take it. The other places are fine. Whaling is... Yeah, I feel like Whaling's always going to be in the game. And Lonely Lodge is so irrelevant to me that I forgot it was in the game for like 3 months, I swear. So the biggest thing, I just want a better map. Because I know that the map can be good. Because they make good parts of the map. Paradise is really cool. Haunted Hills and Junk Junction, as useless as they are to me, are cool parts of the map. Snobby, Viking, that's a good duo. Obviously Tilted. Dusty Divot should probably be changed too when I think about it. Tomato Temple's awesome. Lazy's very niche, you know, I like it. The block, that's one of the best things they've done, you know. Let the creators be a part of your game, you know. But just fix the other parts of the map. That's probably one of the easier things they can do. And it's probably one of the more fun things they can do. Like they're creating maps that millions of people are playing every month. And you don't want to change it up ever. So that's about it, man. I don't know. I'd put honorable mentions in here, but it's just gonna be me ranting about planes more and then wondering why mounted turrets are still in the game, you know. So I don't want to go in. This is already a long video to begin with. So if you like the video, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment about what you thought about 5 things. I'll probably be doing a 5 things I like about Fortnite soon. So if you're more of a positive guy, hey, maybe check that video out, you know, tell all your friends, you know, subscribe to PewDiePie, and peace.